Good morning, and welcome to the, what day is it? December 5th, 2023 meeting of the DeKalb County Plat Committee. So Chris, if we could have our call to order, please. Oh, that is call to order, isn't it? So, good morning, everybody. It's going to be a long morning. So if we don't mind starting with a moment of prayer, Jerry, would you mind leading us in that?
Father God, we know in your word it says that where two or more are gathered, you will be here also. So we invite you in, Lord, to this meeting, the Plat Committee, to make strong and make good decisions for you and for the county, Lord, and also give Chris some leadance and guidance on a new secretary. I know that he needs some help in the office, so from his day-to-day dealings, and we pray all this in your name, Jesus. Amen.
Thanks, Jerry. Appreciate that.
All right, if we could have roll call, please.
Jerry Yoder.
Here.
Mike Watson.
I'm here.
Jason Carnahan. Here. Sandy Harrison.
Here.
Alicia Rogers.
Present.
Chris Gomer is here.
Thank you. All right, so in our meeting packet, we received the minutes from our November 7th, 2023 meeting. Do we have any changes or corrections that need to be made?
Move to approve as submitted.
Motion to approve and a second. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same motion. Any abstentions? All right, minutes have passed. No old business, is that correct?
Correct.
All right, we'll move right into our new business with 4 petitions today. Our first petition is petition 23-32. Dave and Tammy Long requesting a 1-lot minor subdivision known as Long Estates, Section 5, Lot 1. The proposed 1-lot subdivision will be a total of 11.734 acres. The subdivision will be used for a single-family residence. The property is located at the southwest corner of County Road 60 and County Road 43, Auburn, Indiana, and is zoned A2 agricultural.
Right. So if you want to take a look at your aerial map, the parcel 003 is considered the parent parcel. That parcel is located in Long Estate Section 5. West corner. And so this third buildable split from parent parcel 003. Just a little bit of history. The Long Estates was approved in 1990. Long Estate Section 2, 5. Long Estate Section 3 was approved in 2002. And Long Estate 4 was approved in 2012. How our lots that existed prior to 2009 don't count towards the total number of maximum splits. You're seeing a lot of long estates out of that. For this lot, the minimum lot area required is 2 net acres.
And you know what? I didn't have my mic on for all of that, so I'm sorry. You heard it. I know I'm loud. 2 net acres. Proposed lot 1 area is 4.501 net acres. Minimum lot width required is 160 feet. Proposed lot 1 width is 1,017.00 feet. And minimum lot frontage required is 120 feet or 40 feet if the lot or lots are designed to conserve conserve land used for agricultural crop production. Proposed lot 1 frontage is 268 feet along County Road 60 and 771.99 feet along County Road 43. The property fronts County Road 60 and is considered a county collector road with a projected total right-of-way width of 80 feet. The proposed right-of-way dedication of 50 feet. And then County Road 43 is considered a county local road with projected total right-of-way width of 60 feet, and the proposed right-of-way dedication is 35 feet. You may see there that they are giving more than what is required for whatever reasons, back in the day, Long Estate Section 3 and Long Estate Section 2 gave 50 feet and 35 feet of right-of-way dedication. So we're just going to leave that as that to match what's surrounding them. You will see there's a pond on the property. Permits were required or given for that pond. It does connect to the Long Estate Section 2 pond. I did suggest that there be a easement given for the connection of those two ponds, but it will be given once this property would transfer or get sold. I'm not sure exactly what the plan is for him to whether Dave and Tammy are going to build on this property and then sell the other one or what. There was discussion as to they didn't really know what they were doing with this property yet. So, but once that would get transferred, we would want to have a easement shown so that the Long Estate Section 2 pond and the Long Estate Section 5 pond that connect via a overflow doesn't get removed, because it probably would end up having Long Estate Section 2 property flood because of how the waterway is. So just FYI there. Anyone have any questions for me? I'd be happy to take them. Nolan Mark is here from On the Mark Land Surveying as well, if you have any questions for him.
Hey, Chris. Any questions or discussion amongst the Plat Committee on petition 23-32 at this time? I'll open it up to the public. Are there any individuals who'd like to speak for or against or have any questions on petition 23-32? All right, seeing none, we'll close the public portion and move on to our findings of fact, please.
No, mine are here somewhere. Thank you. It's a Tuesday. This is for petition 23-32, southwest corner of County Road 60 and County Road 43 in Auburn, Long Estate Section 5, Lot 1. These are proposed findings, which are not final until adopted by the Plan Commission. The jurisdictional findings: the petitioner has complied with the rules and regulations of the Plan Commission in filing the appropriate forms and reports. The application was completed and filed on October 20th, 2023. The legal notice was published in the Star on November 24th, 2023, and the affidavits received. The certificate of mailing notices were sent and the receipts were given to staff. We have a letter from the County Board of Health dated November 17th, 2023. A letter from the Highway Department dated October 30th, 2023. A report from the DeKalb County Soil Water Conservation District dated October 20th, 2023. Letter from the Drainage Board dated October 27th, 2023. The Airport Board report is not applicable. And plat is prepared by On the Mark Land Surveying, and the real estate to be developed is in Zoning District A2, which permits the requested development. Proposed findings of fact. Again, these findings of fact are proposed by the zoning administrator and are based off the knowledge and understanding of the proposed project. Does the minor subdivision adequately conform to the comprehensive plan? Yes, the minor subdivision will be used for residential uses, which are compatible to the existing and adjacent land uses. Does the minor subdivision conform to the following UDO standards? The minimum width, depth, and area of lots? Yes, see the plat and the staff report. B, public way widths, grades, curves, and the coordination of public ways with current and planned public ways, if applicable, are required. There's adequate access off of County Road 60 and County Road 43 with the dedication of right-of-way. The driveway has been staked, approved, and permitted by the DeKalb County Highway Department. The extension of water, sewer, and other municipal services, if applicable, are required. There are none required. The property owner or buyers will need to apply for and receive a permit for a residential on-site sewage system from the DeKalb County Board of Health. And the allocation of areas to be used as public ways, parks, schools, public and semi-public buildings, homes, businesses, and utilities, if applicable, are required. There are none required. Planning staff recommendations and comments. Staff is recommending approval to allow the minor subdivision and recommends the following conditions. The standard conditions to be recorded on or with the plat. This lot shall be included in any subdivision arising from any further development from the land involved. However, there is no intention that any terms, conditions, or restrictions on a future plat will have any retroactive applicability to this division of land. There shall be compliance with the laws and regulations of any federal, state, or local agency. No off-site drainage, existing surface water, or existing tiled water drainage crossing over said real estate shall be obstructed by any development on the site. Plan Commission may enforce these conditions by injunctive relief with attorney fees. The appropriate agricultural covenants, drainage covenants, and airport zone covenant shall be on the plat if required. And it's on, ag covenant is on there. I should be ready for that. On the first page, the bottom, the owners of the lots within this subdivision agree to recognize the existing agricultural land usage surrounding this subdivision and further agree to not object to the surrounding agricultural land use or changes therein as permitted by law, i.e. Indiana Code 34-1-52-4. Conditions that will not be recorded but must be met: comply with the staff report, comply with any applicable environmental standards as required by Article 5, 5.11 EN-01 in the Unified Development Ordinance, comply with the flood hazard area for DeKalb County ordinance and any wetland laws and regulations if required. And then the plat shall not be recorded until the applicant files written evidence of compliance with any conditions of the DeKalb County Board of Health, the DeKalb County Highway Department, the DeKalb County Drainage Board, the DeKalb County Surveyor, the DeKalb County Airport, DeKalb County Soil Water Conservation District, or other agency as applicable. File written evidence of compliance with federal or state agencies where identified in the findings, the zoning administrator to determine when the conditions have been met.
All right, any last discussion amongst the plat committee? With that, I will take a motion to approve or deny petition 23-32.
Make a motion to approve 23-32.
Second.
Many seconds.
Motion by Sandy, second by Jason. We can have a vote, please, Chris?
Yes.
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 Thank you. Next petition on the agenda this morning is petition 23-33, Copper Creek Rentals LLC. James Schmucker requesting a one-lot minor subdivision known as Copper Creek Acres. The proposed one-lot subdivision will be a total of 1.010 acres. The subdivision will be used for a personal storage building. The property is located on the south side of County Road 46A, approximately 1/4 mile west of the intersection of County Road 46A and County Road 39, Auburn, Indiana, and zoned A2 agricultural.
Alrighty. If you want to take a look at your aerial map, this property was split from parcel 004, which is across the railroad tracks. So that was considered the parent parcel. This is the first buildable split from parent parcel 004. Why it's like that, I don't know. But for some reason, I'm assuming that when the railroad track came, they just kept those two parcel numbers together and they were linked, and then this was just split. So even though they weren't touching, they were considered the parent parcel. Minimum lot area required is 2 net acres. They have proposed set 0.77 net acres. The petition is being heard by the Board of Zoning Appeals on December 11th, 2023. I have a condition added in there. The reason for bringing this forward before the BZA approves or denies the petition is because we're not planning to have a January Plat Committee meeting because it falls on January 2nd. I will be coming back from vacation and won't be prepared to have a Plat Committee meeting that day. So that, to be honest, that's the reason. So we've added a condition of approval, which we can go through after I read the rest of the staff report, but basically proposing that the plat cannot be recorded before the Board of Zoning Appeals approves the petition. If the Board of Zoning Appeals denies the petition, then the plat wouldn't get recorded and it wouldn't be considered a buildable lot. So just FYI there.
So if it's for a structure, why is there soil borings on there?
That's a good question. They cannot have, so one of the conditions of approval as well is that the health department won't allow the structure.
septic.
Right, the septic to be put on the property. I'm assuming he got those done, and we can ask James when we're ready for the public comment, but I'm assuming he got it done prior to knowing he could not put a septic on there. And so the soil borings, the surveyor already had those soil borings and put them on the plat. We could ask them to get removed, which is fine with me, because we're gonna add a commitment, or sorry, a covenant stipulation on the plat that he cannot have any building have plumbing and no septic system. So we could have those removed from the plat prior to getting recorded too. If you want to hold on to that thought, that's probably a good idea to have. The other standards of the UDO that he's meeting is the proposed lot width required is 160 feet. The proposed lot width is 262.53 feet. And the minimum lot frontage required is 120 feet or 40 feet if the lot or lots are designed to conserve land for use for agricultural crop production. And the proposed lot frontage is 261.51 feet. The property fronts County Road 46A and is considered a county collector road with projected total right-of-way width of 80 feet. They have a proposed right-of-way dedication of 40 feet. All right. I want to make note before we forget real quick about removing soil borings. And just so we can discuss them well, I guess you can ask for public comment, then we can discuss the conditions.
All right, so any discussion amongst the board besides the soil borings and septic at this time? Okay, at this point, we'll open it up for public comment. So, Mr. Schmucker, if you wouldn't mind coming up and kind of addressing a couple of the questions that we've had. Thank you. You can state your name and address.
Hey, James, make sure the mic, that button is blue.
Now it is.
Yep.
James Schmucker here, County Road 41, Auburn, Indiana. To address your issue, I bought the property, and before closing all that, I wanted to check the dirt to make sure before I even started any of this process to see what type of dirt was there. I knew beforehand there was never going to be a septic from talking to Charity at the building department. She said that with it not being 2 acres, there was just no way, and that's not the reason I got the soil borings, wasn't for the septic. Just to see. Along that railroad tracks down the road, there was the other building being built down there. It looked like they had to move a lot of dirt and a bunch of other stuff, so I was just testing the dirt that was there.
He's talking about the storage units.
There's storage
that are
units
down
on
there.
down the buildings on that side of the road, or on down the road one. Yeah.
And he does know that he can't use this for any commercial purposes. It's strictly for, we discussed this too, his own personal storage. He did purchase property and bought a house, or building a house. We just proved that. What was that one called? What's that? Bear Creek, something, Bear Track, Lot 1, Lot 3. So he's building just down the road from here, so this is just extra property for him to store stuff, so.
Any other questions? Thank you. Any other comments for or against petition 23-33 from the public? Seeing none, we'll close the public portion and move on to the findings of fact.
I'm going to ask Alicia to help me out and read this one so I can catch up on my secretarial duties.
Now I have to find mine. Okay, all right, so findings of fact for petition 23-33. It's located on the south side of County Road 46A, approximately 1/4 mile west of the intersection of County Road 46A and County Road 39, Auburn, Indiana. The name of the subdivision will be Copper Creek Acres, Lot 1. These are proposed findings which are not final until adopted by the Plan Commission. Jurisdictional findings. The petitioner has complied with the rules and regulations of the Plan Commission and filing appropriate forms and reports. Application was completed and filed on November 13th, 2023. Legal notice published in the Star on November 24th, 2023, and affidavit received. Letter from, certificate of mailing notices sent and receipts given to staff. Letter from the County Board of Health dated November 16th, 2023. Letter from the County Highway dated November 13th, 2023. Report from the DeKalb County Soil and Water Conservation District dated November 14th, 2023. Letter from the Drainage Board dated November 17th, 2023. Airport Board report, if applicable. It's not applicable. Plat prepared by Anderson Surveying. The real estate to be developed is in zoning district A2, which permits the requested development. These findings of fact, wow, this is a hard day. Findings of fact proposed by the zoning administrator are based off the knowledge and understanding of the proposed project. Number 1, does the proposed minor subdivision adequately conform to the comprehensive plan? Yes, the minor subdivision will be used for personal storage purposes only, which is compatible with the existing and adjacent land uses. Number 2, does the minor subdivision conform to the following UDO standards? Minimum width, depth, and area of lots? Yes, see the plat and staff report. Public way widths, grades, curves, and the coordination of public ways with current and planned public ways, if applicable or required. There is adequate access off of County Road 46A with dedication of right-of-way. The existing driveway will be utilized. The extension of water, sewer, and other municipal services, if applicable or required. There are none required. A condition has been added that will be recorded on the plat that there shall be no septic system placed on the property and no water plumbed to or from any structure on the property now or in the future. The allocation of areas to be used as public ways, parks and schools, public and semi-public building, homes, businesses, and utilities, if applicable or required. There are none required. So planning staff recommendations and comments. Staff is recommending approval to allow the minor subdivision and recommends the following conditions. Standard conditions to be recorded on or with the plat. This lot shall be included in any subdivision arising from any further development from the land involved. However, there is no intention that any terms, conditions, or restrictions on a future plat will have any retroactive applicability to this division of land. Thou shalt be compliance with the laws and regulations of any federal, state, or local agency. No off-site drainage, existing surface water, or existing tiled water drainage crossing over said real estate shall be obstructed by any development on the site. The Plan Commission may enforce these conditions by injunctive relief with attorney fees. The appropriate agricultural covenants, drainage covenants, and airport zone covenants shall be on the plat if required, and those agricultural covenants are the same as read in the prior petition. There shall be no septic system placed on the property and no water plumbed to or from any structure on the property now or in the future. Conditions that will not be recorded but must be met: comply with the staff report, comply with any applicable environmental standards as required in Article 5, 5.11 EN-01 in the Unified Development Ordinance, comply with the flood hazard area for DeKalb County Ordinance and any wetland laws and regulations if required. The plat shall not be recorded until the applicant files written evidence of compliance with any conditions of the DeKalb County Board of Health, DeKalb County Highway Department, DeKalb County Drainage Board, or DeKalb County Surveyor, DeKalb County Airport, DeKalb County Soil and Water Conservation District, or other agency as applicable. File written evidence of compliance with federal state agencies where identified in the findings or conditions. The zoning administrator to determine when conditions have been met. And finally, this plat shall not be recorded before the Board of Zoning Appeals approves the development standards variance for the reduction in lot size.
Do you want to add?
Go ahead.
I'll read the ag covenants. The owners of the lot within the subdivision agrees to recognize the existing agricultural land usage surrounding the subdivision and further agrees not to object to surrounding agricultural land use or changes there as permitted by law.
And then do you want to add also remove the soil borings from the plat?
Yes, and
Okay.
remove the soil borings.
So I'll add that as a
Right.
condition under the conditions to not be recorded but must be met, remove the soil borings.
Hey, Chris. All right, any last discussion on petition 23-33? All right, seeing none, we can now have a motion to approve or deny pending Board of Zoning Appeals approval for petition 23-33.
Move to approve petition 23-33 with all the associated conditions attached.
Second.
Moved by Mike Watson, seconded by Sandy Harrison. We can please have a vote, Chris?
Jason Carnahan,
Yes.
Jerry Yoder,
Yes.
Alicia Rogers,
Yes.
Sandy Harrison,
Yes.
Mike Watson.
Yes.
Thank you. Next petition for this morning is petition
You don't have to stick around.
23-34. Kenneth and Johanna Scheel requesting a one-lot conservation agricultural subdivision known as Dog Holler Acres. The proposed one-lot subdivision will be a total of 11.55 acres. The subdivision will be used for a single-family residence. The property is located on the south side of County Road 68, approximately 1/2 mile east of the intersection of County Road 68 and County Road 75, Spencerville, Indiana, and is zoned A1 Conservation Agriculture.
All right, so this is officially our first conservation agricultural subdivision. We had one last month, but I didn't have the application done, which is my fault. But nonetheless, this is our first official. So parcel that's surrounding this, parcel 001 is considered the parent parcel. This is the first buildable split from parent parcel 001. Petitioner is meeting the following UDO standards. The minimum lot area required is 2 net acres, and the proposed lot 1 area is 11.34 net acres. Minimum lot width required is 160 feet. The proposed lot 1 width is 340 feet. And the minimum lot frontage required is 120 feet or 40 feet if the lot or lots are designed to conserve land use for agricultural crop production. And the proposed lot 1 frontage is 302.45 feet. Property fronts County Road 68. It's considered a county local road with a projected right-of-way width of 60 feet, and the right-of-way dedication proposed is 30 feet. I don't really have much to add other than in your staff reports that did not have the letters from the Board of Health and Highway Department. The Drainage Board I know Drainage Board and Health Department. I know Drainage Board did hear this. I haven't gotten the letter from Michelle yet, and I know you guys approved it. So I want to add a condition of approval for that. And then I did receive the Board of Health letter last Thursday.
Any discussion amongst the Plat Committee on petition 23-34? Seeing none, we'll open up for public comment at this point in time. So if anybody has any comments for or against petition 23-34, please step up to the podium and state your name and address, please.
Denny Schley, 7793 County 60. I don't know. Is this just one house only?
Correct.
Sounds to me like it's divided out.
So state law requires that anyone that wants to build a new house and is dividing off of an existing parent parcel has to go through this process for a 1 lot, 1 house minor subdivision, or for a 100 lot subdivision. It's basically the same
To
process.
say this doesn't get subdivided.
So our ordinance only allows a parent parcel to be divided 4 total times. If there's an existing house there, then it's just
So
3.
is the plan to divide this more?
I don't believe so, and I don't think Angie probably believes so either.
Because I chose to move where I did and build my place, not to be with a subdivision. I think you guys state this thing wrong when you send these letters. You call it a subdivision.
Because that's what it is.
Well, it's actually, okay, to all of us, we think, okay, you're going to build a subdivision.
And I think in our
And then you name it.
go ahead. Yep.
What would you think?
I don't disagree with you, but I'm not our state legislators.
Well, I know.
So I would say go petition Ben
But it throws a
Smalls
flag
and
up
somebody
to
else.
the community.
Yeah.
You know, we chose to live out there So we didn't have this.
It's confusing. I do try to add as much detail
I
to
know,
the public hearing notice that it's a one-lot subdivision used for single-family residence. So that information,
I have no issues with somebody buying a piece of ground and building a house.
Yeah, that's-
Because I did.
yeah, that's what they're planning to do.
But as
Build one
long
house.
as you can prove that it's not gonna be a subdivision, can you guarantee that? That they don't subdivide it 4 more times?
They could, I mean,
See, they could.
but it's,
We
it
can't,
meets the standards of our ordinance, so they can't deny that an additional 3 times if they wanted to. This parcel, though, is I mean, Angie, you may know, do you know what the remaining?
I know the piece of ground, but I don't know how they got, where their house and all that good stuff's gonna
Do
be.
you know what the remaining width of is that, of that acreage is? I mean, it's hard to believe that they would subdivide this any further, so. If you want to speak, ma'am, you're going to have to come to the microphone.
I'm Lisa Firestein.
Can you, hold on, speak into the mic,
Sorry.
please.
Lisa Firestein, 7827 County Road 68. I live right across the street. The way that it's subdivided, I mean, it's almost halfway. I mean, they could definitely put a house beside.
Speak to us, sorry.
I'm sorry.
No, that's fine.
They could, though. My concern is, I mean, other than 2 houses going in across the street from me, I want to know who approved where their driveway is going. I know that they have their house there, and I understand that you would want your driveway there, but we have an issue with water. We have a big issue with water. They had to just come and put in a ditch. That was going to help everything. Put in a ditch on my side of the road. That doesn't help. When you get a lot of water and you get a lot of rain, that water goes over there. Now you're going to put in a driveway. That road's got to come up. I mean, because that's a ditch on that side. That's got to come up for them to put in a driveway. I want to know, I mean, is that water just backing back out into the road?
The highway department is who approves driveway locations?
Yeah, and they didn't really I mean, they're the ones who came out and dug that ditch for me. Oh, ma'am, you're going to take care of this water issue. Okay, it's not taken care of.
I would say contact Ben Parker or Mark Goodrich with the
Okay, so
highway
the
department.
so the highway department already okayed their driveway?
Correct.
And for them to put in a ditch and raise all that ground and,
They will have to meet those highway department standards. I'm not sure what they are. I'm not with the
Okay.
highway department, but that driveway has been approved.
and again, like I said, I mean, there's definitely enough room. I mean, they've got enough clearance. There's a big, huge easement on the east side of the property to put in another driveway right there. I mean, that's where normally everybody goes in and out of that property. So, I mean, there easily could be 3 more houses there. And I object to that. I just don't know what's happening with that property. And when it's stated in A1 versus an A2, I don't know, I mean, sure, you can read it all, but do you understand it all? I mean, I get confused on
understand?
the
I understand it all, yes.
conservatory. Okay, well, what is the difference between the A1 property zoning and the A2?
So our A1 is meant to conserve agricultural crop production.
Okay,
And I did misspeak last time. This is an A1, so they're only allowed to have 2 total houses on this parcel. So this one, and then basically the remaining parcel
They
can
could
have
put
one
another
more house. So they can
house.
have
Okay.
2 total houses, not 4. I did misspeak. I apologize for that.
okay, so that's
So
that zoning
the
difference.
difference is that in a minor subdivision in our A2 district allows for 4 total houses.
Okay,
In our A1 allows for just 2.
okay. So since it's an A1, it can only be 2.
Correct.
Okay,
This parcel of 001, so it's that entire
Field.
field. Angie, do you know how many acres total that is? Probably
42.
11.34 and probably 13 or 14 or
42
15. So
acres
42,
altogether?
maybe, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, less than that. Yeah.
okay,
Well, Lisa, I spoke with Vic and Susan, which is the owner
Okay,
of it.
right.
Ken's their son. So
Okay.
it's only gonna be, they're just selling off a parcel there to the west so that Ken can build a house in there.
well, that's what I figured. I mean, I've already seen where they did the
Yeah,
house, where they're
yeah,
gonna
so
put it
I
and
don't think there's
everything.
any concern.
I'm just, like I said, that driveway. because it's got to be built up. That's one
Yeah,
heck of a
yeah.
ditch. I saw them driving in and out of there. Some of them did not make it very nicely.
Yeah, they'll do it upright when they put that
Okay.
culvert in and take care of it. My biggest concern as a neighbor, what you guys ought to be concerned about is the hollering dogs. I would.
Dog hollers.
Oh,
But
okay.
yeah. Yes. Okay, thank you very much.
Any other public comment on petition 23-34? All right, we'll close the public portion and move on to our findings of fact, please.
I'm just going to read off this because I have the dates on here. All right, jurisdictional findings. Petitioners complied with the rules and regulations of the Plan Commission and filing the appropriate forms and reports. The applications completed and filed on November 15th, 2023. Legal notice was published in the Star on November 24th, 2023, and the affidavits received. The certificate of mailing notices were sent and the receipts were given to staff. A letter from the County Board of Health, I'm going to look that up real quick, dated November 30th, 2023. Letter from the County Highway dated November 15th, 2023. Letter report from the DeKalb County Soil Water Conservation District dated November 16th, 2023. And again, the Drainage Board letter has not been received, but I do know that it went there last Thursday and was approved. So when that comes, I will add that date. Alicia, remind me to add a condition of approval just to get a copy of that letter from the Drainage Board before the property can, or before this can be recorded. Airport Board report is not applicable. Plats prepared by Compass Land Surveying and the real estate to be developed is in zoning district A1, which permits the requested development. The findings of fact proposed by the zoning administrator are based off the knowledge and understanding of the proposed project. Does the proposed conservation agricultural subdivision adequately conform to the comprehensive plan? Yes, the conservation agricultural subdivision be used for residential uses, which is compatible to the existing and adjacent land uses. Does the conservation agricultural subdivision conform to the following UDO standards? The minimum width, depth, and area of lots? Yes, see the plat in the staff report. Public way widths, grades, curves, and the coordination of public ways with current and planned public ways, if applicable, are required. There's adequate access off of County Road 68 with the dedication of right-of-way. The driveway has been staked and approved by the DeKalb County Highway Department. The applicant or buyer will need a permit from the Highway Department. The extension of water, sewer, and other municipal services, if applicable, are required. There are none required. The property owner or buyer will need to apply for and receive a permit for a residential on-site sewage system from the DeKalb County Board of Health. The allocation of areas to be used as public ways, parks and schools, public and semi-public buildings, homes, businesses, and utilities, if applicable, are required. There are none required. Planning staff recommendations and comments. Staff is recommending approval to allow the conservation agricultural subdivision and recommends the following conditions. Standard conditions to be recorded on or with the plat. This lot shall be included in any subdivision arising from any further development from the land involved. However, there is no intention that any terms, conditions, or restrictions on a future plat will have any retroactive applicability to this division of land. There shall be compliance with the laws and regulations of any federal, state, or local agency. No off-site drainage, existing surface water, or existing tiled water drainage crossing over said real estate shall be obstructed by any development on the site. The Plan Commission may enforce these conditions by injunctive relief with attorney fees. The appropriate agricultural covenants, drainage covenants, and airport zone covenants shall be on the plat if required. And the...
I got it, Chris.
Thank you.
The owners of the lots within this subdivision agreed to recognize the existing agricultural land usage surrounded by this subdivision and further agreed to not to object to the surrounding agricultural land use or changes therein as permitted by law.
Appreciate that. Conditions that will not be recorded but must be met: comply with the staff report, comply with any applicable environmental standards as required by Article 5, 5.11 EN-01 in the Unified Development Ordinance, comply with the flood hazard for DeKalb County Ordinance and any wetland laws and regulations if required. And then the plat shall not be recorded until the applicant files written evidence of compliance with any conditions from the DeKalb County Board of Health, DeKalb County Highway Department, the DeKalb County Drainage Board, or DeKalb County Surveyor, the DeKalb County Airport, the DeKalb County Soil Water Conservation District, or other agency as applicable. File written evidence of compliance with federal or state agencies where identified in the findings or conditions. Zoning administrator to determine when the conditions have been met. Number 5, what's another word for get? Obtain, I like that better. Obtain letter from Drainage Board before
All right, so we've had our recommendations read with conditions. So at this point, any other discussion amongst the board on petition 23-34? Seeing none, at this point, I will take a motion to approve or deny petition 23-34 based upon the conditions that have been read.
I'll approve it. 23, 35.
34?
34, I'm sorry, I was looking at the next one. I'm ready to go to the next one.
Second.
We have a motion by Jerry Yoder, a second by Jason Carnahan. We can have a vote, please, Chris?
Sandy Harrison,
Yes.
Mike Watson,
Yes.
Alicia Rogers,
Yes.
Jason Carnahan,
Yes.
Jerry Yoder.
Yes.
All right, thank you. Last petition of the morning is petition 23-35, Gaylor and Gloria Show?
Joey.
Joey, okay. Requesting a replat of Shoey's Acres, Lot 1. This replat will be increasing the acreage of Lot 1. No new buildable lots are proposed. The property is located at 3139 County Road 72, Auburn, Indiana, and is zoned A2 agricultural.
All righty. So for this Shoey's replat of Shoey's Acres, again, we'll be increasing the acreage of Lot 1. There's no new buildable lots being created. Basically, they just wanted to make sure that their driveway is fully on their property. As you can see with the original Shows Acres Lot 1, it was kind of a flag lot, and the driveway was on about a quarter of their land and then went off into their field, and then curved and went back north. So this is just making sure that their driveway is on their entire parcel. Minimum lot area required is 2 net acres. They have proposed 9.912 net acres. Minimum lot width required is 160 feet. They have proposed 348.33 feet. Minimum lot frontage required is 120 feet or 40 feet if the lot or lots are designed to conserve land used for agricultural crop production. They have proposed 80 feet. County Road 72 is considered a county local road with projected total right-of-way width of 60 feet. The 30-foot of dedicated right-of-way was dedicated per the original Shoey's Acres, and additional right-of-way has been dedicated where required, which is basically just to the east of the driveway.
Thank you, Chris. All right, any discussion amongst Plat Committee on petition 23-35?
So the remaining, what was the yellow part, would just go back to the parent parcel?
It doesn't technically just go back to the parent parcel. I believe it stays its own, that same parcel number, so it'll stay 009, but unless they would do a new survey and combine those parcels into one, it would just, the Shoey's Acres Lot 1 would go away. It would then become, where the blue line is. But that parcel still remains, if that makes sense.
So that little wedge between the blue and the yellow, what parcel does that go with?
It'll go with 004, so that'll look probably similar to like that Jesse Schmucker's one, where the
On the other side of the railroad?
yeah,
Yeah.
railroad track, thank you.
Okay.
That's typically what happens, but that's the transfer department's job. And so sometimes that can change. You never know.
See, looking at your findings that we do not have a drainage board letter yet. Is that coming?
We do. We got that one on Friday. Let me add that. Unfortunately, with the holiday and with us not having a plat committee meeting in January, we kind of expedited these a little bit, and then the date for plat or drainage board was just last Thursday. So,
Okay. I just wanted to make sure
yeah, let
that
me
was-
get that drainage board letter. There it is. December 1st.
Okay.
But the letter was dated December 1st.
Got it. Okay.
It came on, would that be Friday?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, any other discussion amongst the committee? At this point, is there any discussion from the public? Anybody that would like to speak for or against or has questions on petition 23-35? Seeing none, we'll close the public portion and move on to our findings of fact. Would you like me to read those again?
Yes, please.
Okay.
I can help you out if you want, but.
Okay, all right, so our findings of fact for petition 23-35. This is at address 3139, County Road 72, Auburn. It's a replat of Shoey's Acres, Lot 1. These are proposed findings which are not final until adopted by the Plan Commission. Petitioner has complied with the rules and regulations of the Plan Commission and filing appropriate forms and reports. Application completed and filed on November 15th, 2023. Legal notice published in the Star on November 24th, 2023, and affidavit received. Certificate of mailing notices sent and receipts given to staff. Letter from the County Board of Health dated November 16th, 2023. Letter from the County Highway dated November 17th, 2023. Letter from the DeKalb County Soil and Water Conservation District dated November 16th, 2023. Letter from the Drainage Board dated December 1st, 2023. Airport Board report is not applicable. Plat prepared by Compass Land Surveying. And the real estate to be developed is in zoning district A2, which permits the requested development. So these findings of fact are proposed by the zoning administrator based off the knowledge and understanding of the proposed project. Number one, does the proposed minor subdivision adequately conform to the comprehensive plan? Yes, the minor subdivision will be used for residential use, which is compatible to the existing and adjacent land uses. Number two, does the minor subdivision conform to the following UDO standards? Minimum width, depth, and area of lots? Yes, see the plat and staff report. Public way widths, grades, curves, and the coordination of public ways with current and planned public ways if applicable or required. There is adequate access off of County Road 72. The right-of-way has been dedicated per the original Shoey's Acres, and additional right-of-way has been dedicated where required. The existing driveway will be utilized. The extension of water, sewer, and other municipal services if applicable or required. None required. The existing private septic system is being utilized. The Health Department does recommend that a soil evaluation be performed to ensure adequate area and soil conditions are available on the property for the installation of a replacement residential on-site sewage system if and when deemed necessary. The allocation of areas to be used as public ways, parks and schools, public and semi-public building, homes, businesses, and utilities if applicable or required. There are none required. And so planning staff recommendations. Staff is recommending approval to allow the minor subdivision and recommends the following conditions. Should that be to allow the replat
So,
or replat of the minor subdivision?
You can. Our replat does not have its own separate findings. It reverts back to the minor subdivision.
Okay.
Which is probably something that we need to look at at the plan commission level because they should be a little different.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Okay.
We technically should leave it as is, but you can add replat to the
Okay.
front of it. As long as minor subdivision is there, I think we're
Yeah.
meeting our UDO standards.
So staff is recommending approval to allow the replat of the minor subdivision
Thank
and
you.
recommends the following conditions. So standard conditions to be recorded on or with the plat. This lot shall be included in any subdivision arising from any further development from the land involved. However, there is no intention that any terms, conditions, or restrictions on a future plat will have any retroactive applicability to this division of land. There shall be compliance with the laws and regulations of any federal, state, or local agency. No off-site drainage, existing surface water, or existing tile water drainage crossing over said real estate shall be obstructed by any development on the site. and the Plan Commission may enforce these conditions by injunctive relief with attorney fees. The appropriate agricultural covenants, drainage covenants, and airport zone covenants shall be on the plat if required. Do you have those, Jerry, or do you want me to read them?
My job now?
You can, yep.
We, the underside, oh, wrong one. The owners of the lots within the subdivision agree to recognize existing agricultural land usage around the subdivision and further agree not to object to the surrounding agricultural land use or changes within the permitted by law.
Thank you, Jerry. Conditions that will not be recorded but must be met: comply with the staff report, comply with any applicable environmental standards as required in Article 5, 5.11 EN-01 in the Unified Development Ordinance, comply with the flood hazard area for DeKalb County Ordinance and any wetland laws and regulations if required. The plat shall not be recorded until the applicant files written evidence of compliance with any conditions of the DeKalb County Board of Health, DeKalb County Highway Department, DeKalb County Drainage Board, or DeKalb County Surveyor, DeKalb County Airport, DeKalb County Soil and Water Conservation District, or other agency as applicable. File written evidence of compliance with federal or state agencies where identified in the findings or conditions, and then zoning administrator to determine when the conditions have been met. So, at this point in time, is there any further discussion on petition 23-35? Seeing none, I will now take a motion to approve or deny petition 23-35 based upon the conditions.
Second.
Motion by Jason Carnahan, second by Sandy Harrison. You can go ahead and have a vote, please.
Mike Watson,
Yes.
Jerry Yoder,
Yes.
Alicia Rogers,
Yes.
Sandy Harrison,
Yes.
Jason Carnahan.
All right. Very much.
Thank you.
Any other new business we need to discuss this morning?
No.
All right, so our next meeting for the DeKalb County Plat Committee is scheduled for February 6th, 2023, 8:30 a.m. right here. And with that, go ahead and adjourn the meeting.